Good morning, students. We'll continue with our control statements. We are actually discussing in the last class the different types of for each statement. And after discussing that for each, okay, we all also come across break and continue statements. Okay, so when we are discussing this break and continue statement, I also told a few things about how go to works. Okay, so just I'll share the screen. So we are discussing this, and we are with respect to jump statements actually. And I told yesterday like how go to statement which is used in C is completely unstructured. Okay, that means you can take go to anywhere in the program structure. Okay, so as I told, programming is always for maintenance. Definitely in future you wanted to modify that, and to modify that you have to trace, and trace means how to understand that. Okay, that is what the difficult part of this particular structured programming. So Java felt that the way how GoTo is designed is leads to many particular errors. Okay, for that purpose, Java is a civilized way of handling GoTo, and that is introduced with break statement. Okay, how that is handled, that we'll see today. See, break and continue. This is what we discussed, and I also told the break means it will take you out of the loop, and a continue means it will make you to particular condition. It will discard, and it will continue with rest of the things. Okay, that's how break and continue works. Our interest is along with break and continue uh, as a form of go to. That means, as I told, civilized way of handling this go to. Okay, because that comes with break along with label. Because I showed in the previous slide only break. Okay, break, that's all. It will come out of the loop and continue. It will skip that particular condition. But now, along with break, there is a label. How this label works, just we'll see this example. See, we written on program, class A where public static void main string arguments. Okay, after that, okay, just we written two for loops. And what I am doing is, if I multiply by j is equal to 0, I'll make it break. Okay, break with semicolon actually. uh, I multiplied by j, whenever I multiply by j is 0, it will make a break. So break means where it will go? It will come out of the loop. Which loop? Innermost loop. Which is that? This loop. Okay. The loop, what actually it is indicated, this one. Okay. So this is what break will do. Okay. So that you will get out of second. Okay. Out of second, out of second, out of second, like that you'll get the message, because each time it will come out of this break. Okay, and I is equal to 0, multiply by 0, 0, break, 0, 1, break, 0, 2, break, like that it works. Okay, so this is how this particular process is handled. Okay, and when we are discussing this here, the important thing you should understand, okay, how we are changing this into break with label. See, and the value what I entered, I'll give one label to that. Okay, break with label, break with label. Just I given the label name as second. Okay, and I'll insert this label at this particular places. Okay, I'll use two labels, first and second, like that. Okay, see, second I written here. See, break with label. Label is written somewhere where I want to skip. Okay, second with that particular colon. Okay, that is important. And another label first with anyway, even though I am not using, you can use that later. Just I written one more label. See this, whenever this program executes, that means whenever I multiplied by j is equal to 0, it will break second. Break second means what? You have to go to this location. That's what the meaning. You have to go to this location. Earlier also I used to go to that location itself. That means I will come out of the loop, is it not? Only break. Break with label. It will go to this location. When it will go to this location, so what it will do? It will skip the entire portion of this block. Okay, the entire portion of this block will be skipped. You will directly get out of second. Instead of second, if I write, okay, if I write break first, okay, if I write break first, then what happens in this place itself? I'll just delete this and I'll write break first. Then what happens? The entire enclosed block, this will skip and you'll get this particular output. That means there will be a label, okay, and label first and second, like that. Okay, there will be a loop. Okay, there will be a loop for this also. Okay, based on some condition, if you write break, okay, with f, okay, it will skip the entire thing where it indicated by f. Okay, so that is what the meaning. That's why it is called civilized, like it is in controlled fashion. Okay, controlled fashion means what? Okay, why it is not like a go to? Okay, for that purpose, just I'll show you this example. See this here, what happens? Just look at here, one more for loop just I written. Based on some condition, I will apply break. Break what? 1. Where is 1? 1 is somewhere here, which is not the enclosed block. Okay, so I written 1 here, and uh, it is for some particular location. Then what happens? Okay, it will not work. Very important. Okay, very important. It is not like unstructured way like this, because break works only the surrounding block. Okay, that means break with label works only for surrounding block, not anywhere you can take. Okay, because only the inner loops only causes termination of that loop. Okay, so here this is how it works, because whenever you are using the break, you have to remember 2 points. First is break statement should appear in a loop. Whenever break you are using means it should appear in a loop. Okay, and the second statement is break that terminates a switch statement affects only the switch statement, not any enclosing loop, because you know switch we are using break. So when you are using in a switch, it terminates that switch statement, not any enclosed block. Okay, but generally if you are using break means it should be in a loop. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you the example also. Here important point which you should remember is, okay, because we labeled the 1 but does not enclose the break statement. See, you just observe, 1 you used here, but it is not enclosed any break statement, is it not? So whenever you are not enclosed any break statement, it is not possible to transfer control of that block. Okay, so that is what the meaning of that. It is not possible anywhere you can go with the break with label. Okay, break with label works only with the enclosed loops. Okay, that's why it is called civilized. I think it's clear. Okay, so that's how break works. Break with label works. This is about break with label. Like that, you can use continue also. Okay, in this fashion, like based on some condition, continue with one. Okay, continue with one means it will directly go to this location, and from once again it will start with this. Okay, it will skip this particular part. This is how this particular continue with label works. How break with label, like that continue with label. Break with label take you to skip that particular enclosed loops. Here continue means it will continue from that location once again. Okay, so that's what the difference between break with label, continue with label. Okay, and one more thing, that is about return. Return is very interesting. Okay, because normally return comes with method. Okay, return always, whenever you are discussing uh, return, return means return value, we are always telling with method. As we've not studied method and all. Okay, we used to use this method soon in next unit, but anyway, even though we use it, but we explicitly not mentioned. Okay, and anyway, one method what normally you are using is main. Okay, main with string arguments. This is one method. Okay, and return type is void. Void means return type. Okay, if you know void, we are writing void means what, it is not returning anything, that's what. Okay, it is returning null. Like that we are defining. Return means then what, is it not? Hence, it is used to explicitly return from a method. Okay, method means it's nothing but function. As I told in the beginning itself, function in object-oriented concept, we are telling that as a method, not a subroutine or function. Okay, any method returns the value. Returns. That is, it causes a program control to transfer back to the caller of the method who invoke that particular method. Okay, that it is written by that. If I write class A public static void main, public static, continuously you write this so that it should be habit when you are writing the example for any given particular question. String str, like that, the syntax I'll write. And after that, what I'll do is I'll write one impulse system dot out dot print ln vaccine is now available. This is what the statement. So what I'll do, I'll make one return statement in between, and after that I'll give one more statement. That is 18 plus, register for vaccine. It portal will be enabled at 9:30 p.m. Okay, like that I'll write. Anyway, this is true, is it not? I think most of you are registered for vaccine, and think in Sarji it is available, and Narendra Dela also you can register. Anyway, be safe and take the vaccine. Okay. Anyway, here this is what I am doing, and I return. Now, how this return works? If I write like this, whether it will take you the control to somewhere. If you are observed this program, what you are getting? If I return like this, return. If I write, then what happens? Whether program will compile. That's what my straight question. Anybody can answer. If I write like this, is it possible to execute the code? In between, I just type return. See, return means it will return from the method, and main is a method. That's what I define. If you return in between, what happens? Whether your program will compile. That's what my question. Answer. In any programming, in between, if you return, I'm just returning, and that's all. Then what happens? Whether it will generate any error, compiler error. Any compiler error or what? Because in a main, we just observe so many things, and inside that, I'll just write return. This is what I written. If I do that, that means before return also I am having a statement. After return also I am having a statement. Whether this will execute. Others, whether it will execute? Anybody can answer this? Please type your answer. In the language, you should be interactive. Otherwise, just listening something and forgetting. That's all. It will execute. What about the statements? Which statement will print? Vaccine is ready, or it is available in 9:30? Will enable in 9:30. First statement or second statement? Which one will execute? That means we are having two statements here, is it not? That is, vaccine is now available, and another one is 18 plus register vaccine portal will enable at 9:30 p.m. for surgery. So whether both will print or only one statement will print. Okay, so that is where the particular compiler concept comes into picture. Okay, so anyway, be alert. See, if you return in between, what happens? This particular code will never be reachable, unreachable. Okay, this code is unreachable. That means it is not possible to reach to this code because you are returning in between itself. Any unreachable code in a program leads to compiler error. Okay, because the particular code you are written and it never executes, means it is an error in the compiler. So what we will do, we have to cheat the compiler. How to cheat? What I'll do is I'll just write one boolean b is equal to true, and I'll write if b, that means if true, return. Now compiler will be happy, you will get the output. Now also this particular code will never execute, but still compiler not able to understand that, because earlier only return statement, compiler error. Now based on some condition you are returning, even though this statement will not execute now also, but compiler thinks that, oh, based on some condition you have written, so it will not execute. That means statement will not execute, but compiler will not generate any error. That's about the return statement. Okay, normally return statement we are discussing with respect to methods. Anyway, in detail we will discuss return method and all in our next unit. But here, just to as a flavor, continue, break, return. These all are part of jump statements. Okay, return means it jumps to the caller. Okay, that's why we discussed that also. Okay, so that's about how this particular written statement works. Now just I'll take you to the syntax of writing these codes. Okay, just we will start with one particular example of loop. Okay, just I'll declare one array. Anyway, you can declare any way, but please remember, in the exam and all, if they ask any question, read the value means you can declare like this itself. Okay, it need not necessary go to scanner and read next. All these things are not needed. For the example purpose, you can declare value there itself. So what I will do, I'll write a program to trace a number. Okay, I wanted to search a number, and I'll give that searching number also. Some particular x is equal to 7 or 5 or okay 7 itself. I wanted to search this number. See the power, like one thing what the task yesterday what I had given, the quiz, where you can see different allocation means how to trace with for each. Okay, like that itself, I'll use this particular for each to find whether number present in that or not. What I am doing here is, in this example, I am having one array and I wanted to search whether 7 is there or not. Okay, we will declare one variable xx, or I'll take I. Okay, so I am pointing to A. After that, if I is equal to x, is it not? If I is that number, then we will tell some boolean is equal to true. I'll declare one boolean b is equal to false initially. I'll make it b is equal to true, and after that I'll type if b is equal to true. See, it is, if you write like this, it is true itself. Okay, then what I'll do is system.out. Then number found. Number found. Number found. Okay. If you execute this, okay, semicolon is missing. That's why it is shown red color. Okay. Anyway, I corrected that. Now, if you execute this program, number found. Okay, that's what the output you got. And okay, if instead of 7, if I give any number which is not in this loop, then what happens? If I give 5, then what happens? See, nothing, because we not handled that, is it not? Then what you have to do is you have to write else, and you have to tell that if that is not the case, number not found. Number not found, like that you have to write. See, same thing, if I write here, I will get the output number not found. So this is how to use this particular for each. Okay, like how you can compare, but the problem here is you are not able to get in which location it is. Okay, so tracing that will be difficult. In normal for loop you can get that. Here, as it traces with the value, because I is pointing, actually it is tracing with the value. You have to uh, do some other logic to trace that particular position. Okay, so that is where. But if you are interested only to know that whether number present or not, this is efficient method. Okay, as I told in the last class also, it is not possible to modify this value. It will not generate any error, but if you do any particular task like this, will accept, but it will not change that because I is stated as read only. And you can also see that is it possible to declare here int I is equal to 0 so that I can use that in the program. See, this is also not possible. It tells that multiple marker at the line I cannot be resolved or something. It will tell. Okay, it unable to identify this I. For that purpose, you have to write here itself where you are using to trace. So this is what about that particular for each usage. Okay, now I'll describe how to use our break and continue statement. Anyway, at least today we'll see break so that we'll finish this particular unit as early as possible to move to object-oriented Java programming. Okay, just you, if I write break, is it possible to write like this? No, because see, here break cannot be used outside of a loop or a switch. So this is the first statement what I defined. Whenever you are using break, it should be inside the loop. It's not possible to use outside the loop, but you can use inside switch. Okay, only that is the difference. So inside the loop means what? While loop, do while loop, in any of the loops. Okay, anyway, part I'll use. Okay, if I write I less than 3, I plus plus. Okay, after that, break. Then what happens if you simply write break? It will come out of the loop, and whatever you have typed after that break, okay, that will be printed. Okay. Okay, we'll see whether it will execute as soon the loop it executed. Okay. Now, if we are having one more for loop, okay, one more for loop for j equals 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Okay, we will write like this. If you write break, where it will go? I'll write one more statement here itself. Register today itself. I'll write inside the loop. Right here, no slot. So this is what, see how the program is inside our for loop. I written break. Okay, this break, and inside outer loop I written register today itself. So break means where the control goes, that we'll see. See this, it is coming 3 times because I loop will start from 0. As soon j equals 0, it will come with break. It will print this and I will be incremented. I is equal to 1, once again break, this will print, and I is equal to 2, once again break, it will print. And after that, this loop ends, it will come out. Okay, so this is how break works. And if I write break here itself, then what happens? It will come out of this break, and once again it will come out of this break. Why it is an error? Because this is unreachable code. See, this is what I told about return also. Okay, if based on some condition, if you are breaking, it will not generate an error. Like if I write one boolean, for simple example, just I am showing. Okay, let us consider one b is equal to true, and if I write here if b break, see it will work. Compiler thinks that oh some particular concept is there, that's why it will work. but actually we are cheating the compiler. Okay, so you should remember this. Anyway, just I'll give the statement. See, no slots available because break. Once again, break. Is it not? Because I always running this. Okay, even though if you not right, okay, I am not interested in that. Just I don't want to cheat compiler. Okay, anyway, break. If you write like this, because after break, no statement, is it not? So it will not be a problem. Break will come. If you write comment, compiler will always ignore the comments. That's why it will not worry. Okay, break means after break, it will out of the loop. After this break, it will out of the loop. So this is how it works. Okay, no slots available. Now just this break, I'll change into break with label. So what I'll do is just I'll remove this. Let us take always learn how to generate the example. Just always remember these loops. Okay, you put some condition. Okay, what I'll do is if some j is equal to 2, I'll break to 1. 1 means what? Okay. See, enclosed loop. This is enclosed loop. It will work. So if j is equal to 2, what I'll do? I'll come out of the loop. Otherwise, I'll write this continuously. See the logic. I return to for loops. If j is equal to 2, that means j is equal to 0 and 1, it will not do anything. If j is equal to 2, once again it will jump to this location. Okay, so we'll see this, how this works. The no slot available. How it is? Because I is equal to 0. Okay, j equals 0. Okay, I equals 0, j equals 0. Nothing I am printing, is it not? I equals 0, j is equal to 1. Nothing. I is equal to 0, j equals 2. So j becomes 2 means break. Break where? 1. Then if you go to 1, what happens? You have to skip from this to this. Is it not? You are skipping. Then what you will print? You will print this no slot available. So that's what 1. Instead of 1, if I make, see, one more, I'll write the label at this particular place. Then what happens? Then, see, it will skip this particular part. Okay, that means from here onwards, it will print this. It will skip that particular portion. Okay, when j is equal to 2. So this is how this break with label works. See, if you skip that particular part means nothing is there to print, is it not? So you will get as earlier itself. Register, and once you come out of the loop, you will get this. Okay, and this is how this particular concept works. Okay. What I'll do is I'll write 2 labels. You can write any number of labels according to break statement for each loop. If j is equal to 2, I'll make it 1 itself. Else I'll make it break 2. See, like this, if else also you can use for break. No slot available. Same thing, just to demonstrate how to use break. Break with label will skip that particular block. Okay, and it is not possible to use it somewhere else. You have to write that break with label only for enclosed loops. Okay, so that is what about the discussion. What we are discussing today is break and continue with labels. returns and examples. And some more examples will work out in next class. Thank you. You can leave.